Welcome back to iHeart Crypto. So, Bitcoin coming in at 23,770 today on July 20th. And the big question really is the bear market over? And in my honest opinion, no, I don't think so. But let's just take a look at some of the things that are going on the charts, on Market Cipher, and some of our other indicators, and just dive into what we think could be happening in the market and just do a little speculating. So, one thing is we have been in a massive downtrend for a extremely long time, and we are getting our first green Heikin-Ashi candle. And as you know, on this channel, we do love our Heikin-Ashi candles and how they can signify change of trend. Now, the trend may have been changing, but, if you don't know what a Heikin-Ashi candle is, basically you have these green candles here with no shadow on the bottom side. So when you're looking at this, you can just see, like, you don't have many down wicks. This is mainly a big uptrend right here. And the same goes for the downtrend. But you do get these reversal candles that look something like this, okay? Or like this, okay? Like we had one here. We had a reversal candle there to the downside. We had a reversal candle here. And we had a little bit of a rally to the upside. Alright. Again, another reversal candle here. And we had our big dump to the downside. And we just got another one last week right here. Alright, and we could be heading up. Now, let's just jump into the shorter time frames and just do a little bit of short-term analysis at the moment, just to see where we think Bitcoin could be heading to. Okay, so looking here on the daily, alright, we did break a good downtrend of resistance. We have a long-term downtrend here, right? Basically on the weekly, because basically Bitcoin is in like this just massive descending channel. Okay, right here. We'll just thicken these up. This is our main channel. All right, that we were looking to kind of like get out of. Okay, but we do have another downtrend of resistance right here. Well, I'll show you the touches. Let's fix this. Okay, got a lot of clothes behind me. Just got back from vacation in Massachusetts. A little fun time. But yeah, we had touches here on that trend line, here, and then we're breaking out right here. Okay, so we do have a little bit of a breakout going on, and I have these red boxes here. Basically, what this is I went back and just took all the high volume candles from our Trader's Reality. So, for example, you have this high volume candle here where a lot of people went short, and the market makers didn't come back to take any of this liquidity. So all these people are kind of still in profit from up here. All right, and this is short term, because there are some more longer term ones like this one. Even this one, the market makers came back up, kind of tried to take it. They took about half that candle. They came back up, took half this candle here. All right, so I mean, this one I don't think these people are ever getting taken until these are the all-time highs. So these people are sitting pretty in profit. This was a big sell-off. They came back up and took it, but this one they never really came back up and took. At least on the daily, right? The highest they got up was right around there. So all these people are sitting pretty in profit. However, all right, when we come back over here and look, these people are sitting pretty in profit, and especially the one we're focusing on now. And we had this dump off here, but we did come back up and take these back in May. But we did have this huge sell-off here, and these people are sitting really pretty in profit too. So, I mean, just this whole area right here is liquidity for the market makers to come back up and take for the shorts. So these are the people that they would want to ask to, well, not ask, but to get to close out their positions, so maybe they can send the price back down, grab that liquidity and send it back down. So, you know, and just simple things like, you know, where this is previous support, now is going to be flipped, turned into resistance. And, you know, prior to that, we had this yellow triangle here I have here, where we had a measured move from the break down to about 25,600. That's what I have here. All right, so what I expect is that to become resistance, right? Major resistance right around there. And in fact, if we're looking here, you know, I do have this trend line here, this red trend line drawing from these wicks. I think this is going to be a major form where we can hit, kind of get a nice pullback, and then maybe continue up. But, you know, looking on the VPVR, you see this huge gap here. Just this there's like no volume because the price went straight down. Okay, so things could shoot up fairly quickly. So we might just break right through that. On the daily, we are hitting resistance on our 50 EMA right there, or my 55 EMA right there. So right now we're at a major support. You know, we know though the market makers love to bring it back to the 55 or the 50, whatever you're on. I use the 55. I find it to be more accurate. It's a Fibonacci number. So, you know, just something to be thinking about here in the short term. You know, the time to buy was down here. You know, every time Bitcoin came down to the $19,000, $18,000 region, you know, these were your DCA zones. Of course, you know, I was a little shocked when CPI numbers come out and it's 9.1 inflation and we get a pump. I don't really understand that very much. But all right, looking on Market Cipher, you know, on the daily, money flow is turning up. This is what you do want to see. You do want to see this nice curvature coming up. All right, and your momentum waves are coming up, and you do have a good amount of momentum to the upside. But, you know, one thing is that you spend, in a bear market, you spend more time in the red than you do in the green. So, you know, the last time we had this nice curvature with momentum waves coming up, all right, as you can see, we came up into the green, we played around a little bit, and then we went back deep into the red. So that's just what happened last time. So just put in a little more context with the price action. All right, and this is all relative to the time, in my opinion. You know, so, you know, the last time, you know, this is where we've been in the red here. All right, since basically April or May of this year. All right, the last time was up here around the top. We had this major downtrend, right? And then about, you know, 3/4 of the way through, we started to curve up. We had this little rally here where we were in this massive bear flag, right? Something like this, right? I'm not going to draw it perfect, but yeah, you know, where we had this massive bear flag. All right, and then we came up into the green. We started to come up out of the red. We were still in the red. We come up out of the green. We're in the green for a little bit of time, momentum topping out, and boom, we ended up coming back down. So what can we kind of expect? We can kind of expect things to kind of come like this, where we kind of come up, spend a little bit of time in the green, right, top out, and then come back down into the red. That could be something, you know, just saying. All right, but, you know, looking on the weekly, oops, sorry. Looking on the weekly, all right, Market Cipher is printing some bullish signs that could indicate a bottom. You know, we have a green dot on the weekly here on Market Cipher, and I was looking. Let's go to the Coinbase chart. All right, you know, it's a little bit hard to compare this past bear market, in my opinion, to the current bear market because of the macro conditions that are going on. So, you know, one thing is I was looking. So like in the last bear market, we were in a good down ascending channel, kind of like the way we are now, right? Let's just come over here. All right. So here's your down ascending channel. So just very similar to what we got going on now. We have this down ascending channel right here, right, where we do have this down ascending trend right here. The only difference between these two is the amount of time that we spent in the channel. So I'm just trying to blow this up for you. All right. So take a quick look. So I mean, here was our top. All right, and in this particular channel from the top, we spent in the actual channel, we spent about 111 days. All right. I mean, and that would be the bear market, you know, and we hit the bottom of the bear market after about 50 days. Okay. But this one's a little bit different. This one is a little bit different. So come on over here. And I do believe that the bear market did start towards the top, basically at the beginning of this year in January, but you know, just for measurement's sake. All right. So how long have we been in here? We've been in here now 254 days. So like double the amount of time. So we've been in here for quite a bit. You know, it's been, you know, close to a year. You know, maybe 2/3 of a year. All right. So, you know, we've been in this for a good amount of time. So, you know, is this the bottom? I mean, really, we don't know. Well, I'm frozen. Let's fix that. And we're back. Hi. All right. So we, you know, okay. So then let's look on the weekly. Let's look at money flow on the weekly. So on the weekly, this money flow crossover happened in October, mid-October, right? And let's see. All right, so here's price action. See, and the other thing is that when we got out of this channel, we were still coming down and dipping into the red. And we had this long, drawn-out sideways action in the dip off. All right, but again, things were different back then. But just looking at money flow from the last bear market, you know, you started, as soon as you crossed over into the red, you bottomed out somewhere around here, right? And you were in that capitulation phase before turning back up around here, right? 105 days, right? 105 days. So right here. 112 days, 105 days-ish, okay? Now let's zoom over to here. You come into your money flow here, and it's been about 100 days. So very similar to this, where you crossed into the money flow. You spent about 100 days going into the red, and then your price action bottomed, and then you started coming back up. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. So, you know, that's something to think about. You know, really, nothing is different until we break this channel, and even then, we can come up and kind of come back down. You can even test it down here, I guess. You know, in my opinion, because you know, when I look at the VPVR, right, I just noticed that we like to fill these gaps with as much trading as possible. You know, they really don't want gaps. So you have this huge gap right here. Right in here. All right. They're going to want to fill that with some trading, okay? Down here you have things filled up. So I think that once this is filled up and the rest of the VPR kind of looks the same, then who knows where price action is going to go. It could go anywhere, and then we can kind of maybe do something like we did over here. You know, where you come out and then you kind of dribble down, you know, taking some time, where you're going to come out, break out, right? do something like this, and then dribble down. Maybe something like that. Who knows? Who knows? Alright? It's, to me, this is extremely interesting to watch, because God knows what's going to happen. I think just things are just completely different. You know, we do have another FOMC meeting coming out at the end of this month. We got midterm elections coming out, you know, towards the end of the year, where things could kind of start to turn. You know, the halving isn't until this blue line over here, so we have just tons of time. But it really is like, where do you want to be accumulating, you know, your crypto, you know, in dollar cost averaging? And obviously down here, in hindsight, would have been prime opportunity. But, you know, is this where we're just going to go sideways, you know, in this region, you know? Because capitulation, you know, as we know, looks a lot like this back here, you know, where you capitulated and you've gone sideways, and then you kind of have one last leg down, you know. You could say that for this, you know, you capitulated and you went sideways, you had one last leg down, a big leg down. But really, nothing has changed in the macro sense. I mean, looking at this on the weekly, even on our high volume traders view, you know, you had a big sell off here, a lot of shorts in this area here. You've come back up, you've taken half the candle already. All right, do they come back up and try to take the whole candle? You know, looking on the 5-day, you know, you have this up here. You know, like I've had on this chart here, you just have a lot of liquidity right up in here that the market makers are going to want to come back up and take. You know, get these people to close out their positions, and this is where you're getting like your short squeeze. You know, people that are closing shorts, you know, means that they're opening longs, and you're getting a little bit of a price rally because you got longs opening up to the upside. Okay, but basically, you know, if you're just going off the VPVR, I mean, we can get up as high as $28,000. Now, where you go from there, I mean, sideways action, but you can be waiting a really long time. You know, so I mean, dollar cost averaging, you know, looking at the 5-day, I mean, look at these wicks. These are great wicks. I mean, your keys to reversal, I mean, if you're looking on my Trader's Reality, I mean, you have this stopping volume candle here, you know. So basically, when these candles, if you look, I got mine set in different colors, but if you're looking on my chart, you know, this blue one means it's basically a big sell-off, where on the other side of that, you're looking for these yellow ones for these big pump-ups, right? But in between, you get like stopping volume candles. So let's see if I can find one. You know, there's really none up here. You've had, not on the weekly, not on the 5-day at least. But so you got this stopping volume candle right here. All right. I mean, there were a lot of signs that this bounce could have been coming. You know, and just like on our Heikenashis, you know, on the weekly. You know, you got your reversal candle right there, your big sell-off. So we were in like a bear flag, if you will, right? A bear flag right here. Bear flag. Rising channel, whatever you want to call it. And we're breaking out. So we got a bearish pattern that's breaking out bullish. That's good, you know, for the price. Things could really, you know, shoot up from here. You know, who knows? But there's just a lot of things that I'm just unsure about because of the macro. Because of the macro. I mean, we've been in this for a little bit of a long time, but let's take a look at some other things. So, you know, look, I like to look at the S&P 500, right? So the S&P 500, you know, we topped out. Where does the bear market really start? I mean, for the S&P, we really started over here at the end of the year. So you could say that the bear market started here, right? But you know, I think, you know, fall really right around here is where we started, right? And bear markets usually last about a year. So, you know, we've been in this for about 2/3 of a year. Where does the bear market turn around? Is it right here? You know, I don't know. But, you know, on the weekly, you did get a green dot on Market Cipher here. You know, money flow starting to turn up here. All right. But looking back, you know, and one of the things is that, like, I look on the 6-month chart on the S&P. I mean, this is a very ugly candle, a very ugly 6-month candle. And if you go back, let's try to find another. I mean, this was one hell of a downturn right here, back in 2000. You know, but that's basically like straight down. Not many bounces in those 6-month candles. Okay, but I do recall seeing something in the charts before where we did get like a 6-month candle and then a bounce right here. All right, where you had this major up, you know, major uptrend, right? 6-month candle, bounce for 6 months, and then a big capitulation down. And that was in 2001. So could it be a little bit like that? And then we kind of go sideways for a little bit, you know, and then went sideways for almost a full year, you know, before heading back up. So, I mean, this could be a lot like what we're looking at now. Really, you don't know. You don't know. It's very interesting to see. Very interesting to see. All right? So, we're looking at that. It is interesting in and itself. So, I mean, look, here's your blue candle and your violet candle. This is where volume is coming in. It doesn't signify reversals, but it just signifies that volume is starting to pick up. So volume is starting to pick up on BTC. In fact, let me turn on the volume. See where we're at with volume here. On the weekly. Alright. Yeah, you did get a good amount of volume on this candle right here. Volume did come in. You know, that's the most volume that we've seen in quite a long time. You know, looking back. Let's go to the Coinbase chart. Yeah. That's a good amount of volume on that candle. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for volume. I mean, it leads me to believe that this is, you know, I don't know. It's close to the bottom. You know, the other thing that, you know, we got some wicks below the previous all-time high. That never happened before. But, you know, historically, Bitcoin doesn't go below its previous all-time high. So that's something else to think about, you know? It also has held the 200-week EMA or SMA, whatever one you're doing. EMA for me. You know, it's held this line as support for a very long time. It broke, but now it's coming back above it. Do we hold that still? Or, you know, do we continue down this kind of curve down? That's something else to be thinking about. You know, I mean, in my opinion, well, I mean, not my opinion. My opinion is biased, but really what I would hope to happen is that we capitulate a little bit more and spend time down here trading in the teens till the next, you know, for the next year. That would be ideal. You know, I don't want to be trading up here. Just because I don't think that there's, in crypto, like, is there that much more upside? Is there? You know, if you're buying here, you know, if we start trading in accumulation zone, right? Kind of go sideways here, right? Say we coming up, you know, we come down, we come up, and we're coming up in here. You know, we're trading in the 20s, right? So if you go on that mentality, you know, if you're trading from about here, you know, in the 25 region, just back to all-time high, you're looking at a 1.5x. You know, that's just, I don't know. I just don't think that that's. Then again, things have changed. I just don't think that that's that much of a return. You know, I just don't. You know, but you do have volume coming in here, big heavy volume. But volume is dwindling off, so we could be seeing a bigger move down soon. Could happen. You know, what other things have we seen? So, you know, one thing is that I look at the BLX for Market Cipher. Let's turn off this volume. I hate the volume. All right, so let's go back to previous bear markets. So, looking at money flow, we said we hit the bottom here, right? From the crossover here to the bottom here, we spent about 100 days. We spent about 100 days in there. So then we come over here, and, you know, in this bear market, we got one green dot. In this bear market over here, and I'll blow this up a little bit so you can see the price action. All right, you crossed over here. All right, you had your crossover. Money flow came out. All right, and you got one green dot over here. Right around the crossover, and then you capitulated down another 50%. Got another green dot, which signified the bottom. So you actually got 3 green dots on the weekly. Okay, but money flow also printed a green dot. Your green dot was printed before the money flow crossed over into the red. So just things are just different. So you know, you can't. It's not going to be exact. It's not going to be exact. Imagine buying Bitcoin at. This is what like ETH was at. You know, $600. You know, $700, $800. Like that could be your Ethereum. Wait. You know, this is in 2015. Wait 7 years. You know, if you have one Ethereum, you could have $20,000 right now, and could have sold at $70,000. So let's just see how that works out. Because we are big fans of Ethereum here on the channel. So yeah, I mean, that's what I got going on for Bitcoin right now. Huge descending channel. All right, you are getting a breakout. You do have liquidity up here to take. All right, and I think that once the real question is that once we've come up and we've taken some of this liquidity, because how high can we actually come? You know, I think 28,000 is in the cards. You know, do we take this whole candle? Maybe we only take half. Maybe we only come up to about 24,500. I do think that's going to be major resistance here. You know, you do have a couple EMAs. You got your 800 EMA coming down here, sitting at about 26,500. Getting above that is going to be very, very, very tough. Okay, and I think that you're going to be playing around in this range for a little bit. So, you know, we probably do come back down and test these highs at some point. So if you wanted to load up on some crypto back at 20,000, I think we're going to revisit that at some point. You know, I'm hoping that we go lower so we can accumulate, you know, really cheap. But really, at this point, you got to ask yourself, am I going to be DCAing at these levels? Do I really want to DCA at these levels? Because you don't know where the bottom is. You know, the time to DCA was definitely down here, and we did some DCAing down there, so we are happy with that. You know, our goal is to accumulate one Ethereum. All right, times are a little bit tough. Times are tough, so we do have basically one Ethereum. We're at 0.87 Ethereum. Okay, our goal is to have one. We are accumulating. You know, we are staking, so we got 3.25 APR on our Ethereum. That's pretty good. You know, I don't know why I have Ethereum chain on there. That's weird. That's strange. Just put it on there. Sweet. All right. So yeah, I mean, let's just take a look at what's been going on. Oh, what's up with this white? That's not right. Am I signed in? Dark mode. Come on. What are we doing? All right, let's refresh this. See what's up. Let's take a look at the overall market. Bitcoin up almost 8% in the past 24 hours, having a little bit of a rally. All right, market cap is sitting at about $500 billion. Okay. Ethereum coming in about 1,600. XRP 37 cents. Solana at $45. Polygon, big mover for the week, up 70%, down 3% for the day at 91 cents. So Polygon has been on a huge rally. We're liking that. I mean, in the top coins here, you know, I'm not like trying to buy Bitcoin. If I'm into crypto, I'm not really trying to buy Bitcoin. All right, but it's the least risky. All right, but I'm not in here for small gains. All right, I'm buying ETH. Right, I just want to own a little XRP because I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I'm not the biggest fan of Cardano. You know, I just don't know how it. I just don't think it moves that great. but I'm more excited for Solana. I'm more excited for Matic, Avalanche. All right. I kind of am getting excited for Uniswap because of the price action. Uniswap was killing it, absolutely killing it. I mean, from the bottom here, right? Just from the bottom. I mean, Uniswap is up almost 100% from the bottom. That's a really good relief rally. That's showing a lot of strength. I really, really like that. So I'm kind of getting into Uniswap. It's the, if you don't know Uniswap, it's your basically decentralized DEX on Ethereum where you can buy and trade coins. All right. We like FTT token. We like Chainlink. We're not really into Ethereum Classic. A lot of people like Near. I don't know how I feel about Near Protocol. I don't know that much about it. I hear a lot of VC backing on it. But we do like Cosmos, right? What else do we like on here? We like Sandbox. We like HBAR, right? We love Quant. Now, I owned a Quant. I did own a Quant, and the price rallied up to, I sold it at $75. Where's my Quant? Of course, I sold it at $75, and it rallied all the way up here, and it's just been mooning, and I regret that. So next time I'm not selling, I'm just gonna hold it. I might buy it back, God knows where, and just hold it because I'm really excited for Quant. I think Quant is a great project. If you don't know what Quant is, let's see. Let's just go to Quant. We love Quant. All right, here's Quant. The future of finance today. All right, unlocking the power of blockchain for everyone. We deliver interoperable ecosystems and real-world solutions at low costs, enable new businesses, and mitigate risk. All right, so we got financial institutions, enterprises, partners, developers, banks, investment firms, and other financial institutions are harnessing blockchain to exchange information and assets more securely and cost-effectively. I mean, what can we say about this? I'm not like the most technical person, right? But let's see what we got. Mission and values. All right, so let's just see. Is to unlock the power of blockchain for everyone by delivering interoperable ecosystems and real-world solutions to simplify work, lowering costs, enabling new businesses, and mitigating risk. All right. I hear a lot of good things about Quant. I mean, even I don't want to get copyrighted by looking on someone else's YouTube page, but it's interoperable. I like that. I sound kind of stupid right now because I don't know that much about it. But yeah, this is just a project I've heard a lot about on social media and all that other stuff. It just looks like a really exciting project. I mean, I don't know everything there is to know about Quant. Media center contact, mission and values. Look, this thing, it just looks really cool. I sound like a retard. I mean, when I look, let's look up. I think I'm signed into here. So, right, Quant. All right. This is why Quant Network is a 5-digit token. This is, oh, of course, people are doing you know, videos on it now. Here's why you should at least be holding 10 Quant. Interesting. 3 weeks ago, that's a good video. Who's this person? All right. Let's see, how long is this video? Let's just take a quick look.
Interoperability is a buzzword you're probably sick of hearing. Almost every cryptocurrency project that's emerged in recent months claims to be interoperable with blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum. But under all that marketing makeup, you often find a barely functional bridge that requires a coordinated effort by both blockchains to cross. This is just not feasible when you have thousands of blockchains that need to work together, and especially not when you must build a new bridge for each one you connect to. Even if you do manage to stitch all of these blockchains together, how are you going to use them in an effective manner? The solution to these problems is simple. Instead of building an even more complicated blockchain to connect to existing ones, create a simple operating system that sits on top of every blockchain. One that's truly interoperable with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and virtually every other blockchain in existence. In this video, I'll be covering Quant Network, a cryptocurrency project without a blockchain that hopes to be the next generation operating system for every blockchain.
There you go, a little synopsis on it. You know, I hear those things and I get excited. I do. There was actually some news on Polygon. It launches a new scaling solution to further cut costs on Ethereum. So we got some news on Polygon today. Polygon also partnered with Disney. Interesting stuff. Okay, you know, really nothing to write home about. It's just a partnership. It's not like anything's actually happening. All right. But I guess Polygon has these ZK EVM, zero knowledge Ethereum virtual machine, which is said to be the first Ethereum compatible scaling solution that uses a cryptographic method called zero knowledge proofs. I don't know what that means, but it sounds awesome. That sounds great. Let's buy, right? And we're of course really into price, but you look at Matic, it's had this huge bounce, massive bounce, right? But it's gonna have a pullback. The market drops, Matic is dropping. I mean, the next time Matic is in the 50-cent range, you better be picking some up. Basically, that's basically the end all be all, right? I mean, it's almost taking its vector candle here on the weekly. It's done its job. Now it can continue higher if it wants to, but who knows? Who the F knows? Who the F knows? How we doing in short-term price action? Just for a little bit of fun here, because market is coming to open in a second. So we're in a nice little uptrend here at the moment on the 15-minute. 15-minute. Looking like a nice little pump. Getting a little toppy on the Stokes. Alright, we got any bearish div? We have some bearish divergence on the 15-minute. You got higher highs here, lower highs here. That's bearish divergence on the 15-minute. That's not great. That's not a great sign. Market cipher, printing some dots. Money flow is curving down on the 15-minute. Right? Looking like one of these coming out. Let's look at it on the hourly. Beasting on the money flow, but you can see your momentum waves are coming down. Oh. Just put a bunch of dots on my... There we go. Alright. So, money flow is beasting on the 1 hour, it looks like. Let's look at it on the 4 hour. 4 hour? Beasting. This doesn't look like it's going to slow down. So maybe a short-term pullback here on the 15-minute, but overall it's looking really bullish in general. Let's see. Do we have any kind of support line to draw here? I mean, let's see. Let's see. I mean, short-term price action. Something like this. Right? There's your trend line. Something like that. Basically like a rising, it looks almost like an ascending triangle. Another ascending triangle. That's a bullish pattern. You have flat top of resistance here. An ascending triangle. Looking like might get a little bit of a pumpy pump. Makes sense. Let's take a look at futures here. let's take a look at the DXY. DXY coming down, that's a good sign. DXY having a little bit of a correction. Not too shabby. Let's see. You got anything moving in the regular markets? US Tech kind of coming down. Let's see. Let's look at it on the daily. Looks like you're coming up to some resistance here. Little bit of resistance here. But again, it just looks like a relief bounce, in my humble opinion. This is the US Tech 30. Let's look at, I mean, you're coming up on resistance on the S&P 500. I mean, your next line, you come up past this. This is major. You're gonna gap up to about 4,100 on the S&P. You get that pump, you're gonna have a nice little pump in Bitcoin. You know, but I'm just not feeling like this is the end of the bear market. It's just not how I feel. It's just not how I feel. Of course, I'm nobody. Bitcoin having a nice little pumpy pump though. We'll just pop onto the 1 minute. Let's come up here. It's not looking too shabby. Not looking too shabby at all. Makes sense though. This is the narrative at the moment. You know, so we looked at a few things today. What's the crypto fear and greed index at? 31. Okay. Last month was a 9. That would have been a good time to buy. Anything moving today in the past day? Doge looking like it's getting a little bit of a pump. SHIB, I see meme coins running. It's not a good sign. That's retail. That's retail coming in. That's not a good sign. Ooh, nice move. Nice move from Bitcoin. Got this bearish divergence on the 15. Wondering what's going to happen with that. You would think you're going to get a pullback, probably around 9:30. A nice stop hunt low and then come back up, I think. Looking like a good pump. Let's check out ETH. ETH moving up nice. Looks good. Looking good. If you wanted to like scalp, I mean, a FOMO scalp. Trying to get to 24K. Are we going to get to 24K? We'll see. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff from Bitcoin. Everything looks fine. Everything looks fine. You don't have that much farther to go. I mean, 28,000 is only $4,000 away. You can do that in 2 days, and then reject and come back down. You know, it is the 20th, so you know you got that meeting in what, 7 days? You know, where you come up there, play around, maybe Bart Simpson, boom, come back down. Could be. Could happen. 4 hour looks like it's beast, and look at these momentum waves. Bump. Right? Any bearish divergence on the 4 hour? You got bearish divergence on the 4 hour. Look. That's not a good sign. Here you got a higher high. And a lower high. That's slight bearish divergence. So unless you make another higher high on your RSI on the 4 hour, that's bearish divergence. So just something to take note of if you're looking to FOMO buy right now. I don't know. I wouldn't be buying right here. I would not be buying right here, just because of like all these bearish divergences that are popping up. You know, you got gapped RSIs on your 12-hour on Bitcoins. Of course, we remember the last time they were gapped like this, you had a nice pullback. You know, money flow is kind of leveling off on the 12-hour. All right, money flow is beasting on the 10-hour though. Leveling off on the 18-hour, but it's just coming up on the daily. But again, like, you can kind of peek your head up and then come back down. So you might just get like a huge pump and stay up there for a minute, let money come in, and then boom, you're heading back down. Heading back down. So again, we expect resistance to be. I expect resistance right here. Boom. Take half that candle. I got this downtrend right here. This box is where I kind of see things reversing slightly, but then again, who knows? Who the F knows? Come back down back into the bear flag. You know, this could be short-lived, very short-lived. Just gotta think about all the selling pressure. There's got to be going on. You know, like, who's not selling off on these pumps? You know, if I was a long-term holder, I would probably be trying to sell off on these pumps. That would be me. That would be me. Of course, what are we holding right now? We are holding Atom and ETH. That's what we hold. Those are our coins. As I stake my Atom. Anything I stake, I just hold. I don't even have Atom on here. Where is it? Atom. I guess I put him up here. Coinbase? Yeah. Atom is up there. Let's move Atom down here. Atom is just something that I'm holding. We want to hold Atom. What else is good here? Looks like, what do we got on the daily? On the daily, we have some kind of divergence here. Just saying. You got lower highs and higher highs. Right? So what kind of divergence is that? Right, you got that right there. Just sharpen that up a little bit. Right, make that white. So there, you got bearish div right there. Let's see what kind. I think that's hidden bearish divergence. Let's double check that. Where you have lower highs and higher highs on your RSI. Let's just take a quick look. Because God knows I can never remember my divergences. They're kind of hard to remember. Let's take a quick look. Bearish div. Alright. So what do we got here? We have a lower high and then a higher high in our RSI. So we have a lower high and a higher. That's hidden bearish divergence on the daily. So not great. What is that? What? No, get out of here. I don't know what this is. I'm Xing it out. Bye. Alright, come back to the chart. There we go. Got rid of my drawings anyway. Alright, you got bearish div coming in. Not great for the price. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't look fantastico here. Not fantastico, in my opinion. But you did get this breakout. A little bit of a breakout. How high will it go? Who knows? Here's the lesson that we're taking away. Then when prices do come back down, it's important to have cash on the side. DCA a little bit. Put some money in. Just put it in. Forget about it. Try to live life without it. You know? So yeah. I mean, in summary, you know, you got green dot on the weekly. You got 2 green dots on the 5-day. You know, and this is your push up. This is what's happening right now. 2 green dots on the 3-day. You know, where are things gonna go from here? You know, it could stop here, it could come up here, but I think eventually we're rolling back over. That's what I think. That's what I hope. And that could take months. So I think the time right now is the time to work hard, try to get some extra cash on the side, and just be in cash. Because if the prices are going up, I'm not buying. I'm not buying if the prices are going up. All right, I'm only buying when they come back down to here. And if they don't come back down to here, you know, I'll buy the next higher low. I'll just, you know, the mistake I'm afraid of making is that not buying down in here. I do expect the price to come up, but when it comes back down, I might not wait for down here. I might just wait for these lows, wait for the lower 20s and start buying there a little bit, you know, and then wait and see what happens, and just wait and see what happens, you know. Just gotta keep buying. Just gotta keep buying, guys. You can't stop. Just accumulate as much as possible. Accumulate as much as possible. Let's see what's going on the short-term time frames. 7 minute. We got 5 minutes till market open. Getting a nice pump. Are we gonna hit 24,000? Let's see. What was our high? Almost at 24,000 yesterday at the close. And then it sold off. I do know I would not be shorting this at the moment. Not this level right here. I'd be waiting. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna go. I got some other things to do. Alright? Gave my general thoughts on the market. We'll be back again soon. Do another video. Maybe we get the 24K today. We'll see. Alright? Everybody, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.